Hi people, I'm talking about Ye West today, formerly known as Kanye West, and all of the saga of his bullcrap over the last few months or so. The crane symbolizes peace, and I have it on my face today, so hopefully my brain won't just absolutely rot in my skull from covering this story. I'm really hoping I will still be intact after this. It's gonna be hard though. I was kind of hesitant about covering Ye because it's just a lot of foolishness, and I just didn't want to even think about it. But after his interview on Alex Jones or InfoWars, there's just, I mean, over the past few months, there's just so much to talk about. And I initially thought, my initial like opinion about Ye and his situation, his opinions was like, oh, they're just exploiting him for black trauma, which I don't know if they're exploiting necessarily his trauma anymore, but they're definitely exploiting him because conservatives tend to do that with really any black conservative person. They will exploit them and use them as like, hey, look at them, they agree with us, but you're saying that they shouldn't, you know. So they're obviously gonna do that with any black person that comes on to the premises. But it's just reached like a new level. Ye has in the past had questionable opinions about many things, but it's just reached an all-time high with this interview. But before we get to the Alex Jones interview, we really need to back it on up, talk about what happened and how we even got here. So Paris Fashion Week is, I would say, where this whole saga, recent saga anyways, happened. And during Paris Fashion Week, he and Candace Owens premiered a White Lives Matter t-shirt. Now, for some of you who may not understand why the White Lives Matter is controversial, like that saying, once again, I'm not really sure why you don't understand, but just in case you don't, I'll be charitable and explain it to you. Now, White Lives Matter is the complete antithesis to the Black Lives Matter movement. And typically like the liberal saying, which is still really racist, honestly, but is more accepted for a lot of white people still for whatever reason, is all lives matter. But the Black Lives Matter movement is saying that black lives don't matter until, or all lives don't matter until black lives matter. So that is, once again, still racist. But White Lives Matter is literally the white nationalist, white supremacist version of all lives matter. So it's to the right of the saying that was already to the right. It's just getting bad. So he put that on a t-shirt during Paris Fashion Week. And after that, Anna Wintour, who is she's a really big fashion person. I forget if she's like the head of Vogue, or she's a really big fashion person. She was done with Kanye. He's out of something. I'm sure they're not probably gonna let him back in the world of fashion after that. But after that, the controversy, I'm assuming because he doesn't have Kim and he doesn't have like people to be like, maybe stop it right here. Because in the past, his like sagas would like, he would burst out and then it would stop. So maybe that was because someone was stopping him from saying it anymore. But he has no one to stop him now. So he just has been going at this for months. And so I guess after he was canceled, after his thing at the Fashion Week, he then showed his true colors, his deep down true colors, and just spewed anti-Semitism. That's where the DEFCON tweet comes from. A lot of you probably know about that. And ever since then, he just hasn't been able to shut up about anti-Semitism, or stop being anti-Semitic is what I mean. He's gone on several shows, one after the other. I believe he was the one who like recently reinvigorated the Black Semite conversation, like that Black people are the original Jews, but they were stolen, or you know, I don't know about it. Okay, I'm not that well versed in it, but so it's something like that. The Black people are the original Jews. It's typically used to be anti-Semitic. So once again, it was only adding to the fire. And Kyrie Irving then spoke more on that, and he had his share of issues after he openly stated those things. But Kanye West was the start of it. A lot of people have spoken on him, and it's really interesting to watch how conservatives, their thought process about him has changed with the introduction of his most recent clique. The 2022 election is now over. Now we are thinking about 2024 and the United States politics area, and Donald Trump already announced that he's going to be running, which is going to be, honestly, I think it's going to be pretty funny. But I mean, this world, this country is burning, so might as well, you know, have a good laugh while we're at it. Might as well. But Ye is also, and he met with Donald Trump, and he brought along a few constituents with him. He said, "I'm bringing along intelligence." That couldn't be further from the truth. I believe Mike Yiannopoulos, who is a Nazi, who is denying the fact that he's gay, but he's like really, really gay. And I believe he went to like a what are those things where they try to make you not gay? I forget what it's called, but he went to one of those, like conversion therapy or whatever, because he's not gay anymore or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. These people just pop out of the woodworks. I wasn't really that familiar with him, but who I was familiar with, who Mike Yiannopoulos introduced to Kanye, was Nick Fuentes, who is a complete white nationalist, white supremacist, who is just he's a Holocaust denier. He's just an absolute terrible person, has horrible every horrible opinion you could ever have. This man has, like, any horrible thing. He's completely past the point of like dog whistling. He just says it. Okay, but he was introduced to Kanye West recently, and so now Kanye West is in complete axis of Nazis, basically. So he has been given just full range to be just a complete Nazi, and it's just weird. It's just weird because this man, who I have known about since I was young, and I mean, his older music is better. I'm not really into, I don't listen to his newer stuff. Definitely not now. Definitely not now. Just this person, this figure that I've known like all my life, for him to be he's like a literal Nazi. Like, he went on Alex Jones. We can talk about the Alex Jones interview now. He went on Alex Jones and literally said he likes Hitler. It's just weird for a public figure who I've known to be a complete Nazi. Like, he's just a Nazi now. Like, I'm pretty sure he denied the Holocaust, and he said, "I like Hitler." He said, "We can't deny that Hitler did good things," or something. He said something like that, and I'm like, what? It's just crazy to hear those words come out of your mouth, because it's just a natural, like, I thought we all understood that was bad and that he didn't contribute anything. Like, I thought we all understood, you know. I thought we were all aware about what happened. Like, this is a well-documented, like, historical event. I thought we were like all on the same page, but it's just I've just never seen anything like it. Okay, and I really can't say that it's surprising though, because I feel like we knew this was gonna happen. I think all the right things just lined up for it to happen. Because he was already on the path to anti-Semitism. He was going on, like I said, Tim Pool and a lot of podcasts, Lex Friedman, and just couldn't stop being anti-Semitic. He just couldn't stop himself. So it was only a matter of time when he got into talking with actual Nazis who backed up his opinions about Jews. It was only a matter of time. On Tim Pool, which was I think is notable to talk about, the moment Tim Pool was like we should probably not call Jews they whenever referring to them. Maybe you shouldn't refer to them as, you know, a monolith. Tim Pool, not a cool guy at all, just a insanely wrong political commentator all the time. But still, the moment he put a little bit of pushback on Kanye, Kanye immediately left the studio. I don't know how he expects to run a country, because you can't just walk away from the table whenever stuff is getting heated. And also watching, I don't know why I watched 3 hours of this man on Alex Jones. Like, is my brain okay? I think my brain already rotted. I think I was worried about it being rotted when covering this, but honestly, it's already gone. This man, every single time there was a political topic that Alex Jones wanted to talk about, because he's obviously running for president, Kanye would either say, hey Nick, talk about this, or he would completely deflect and not talk about it at all. So it's like, how are you expecting to run a country and you know nothing about politics? He even called himself a politician. Don't think you can do that at all. He knows less than Herschel Walker. Like, to me, he's worse than Herschel Walker. How can you be worse than Herschel Walker? That's how you know it's bad. Just don't know what he's saying half the time. He uses a lot of biblical references. He always, I never understand whenever conservatives bring up Jesus, because Jesus was the most communist person to walk the earth. He don't agree with you. Like, Jesus is probably looking down like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't agree with none of you. Like, don't bring me into the conversation. It's just a lot to take in. It's just a lot. It almost feels like we're living in a simulation. He kept the most cringiest part that I literally was about to die. I was like, I can't do it anymore. I had to plug my ears. Is whenever he was like imitating, I don't know what that man's name is, yeah, I don't know what the man's name is, but he was imitating the dude with like a net and a little bottle of Yahoo, and I'm like, he was doing this Elmo voice, and I'm like, this is just so cringy. Like, if I was Alex Jones, I'd be like, stop, cut the cameras. I can't do it anymore. But like I said, it's really interesting to watch conservatives kind of go back on how they felt about Kanye, because initially even Ben Shapiro, who is Jewish, was like, I think Kanye West is fine. He's being censored. This is free speech. Like, how can you censor somebody? Like, every conservative commentator was thinking that or saying that. Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, all these people. So, but now that he's brought in Nick Fuentes, who was literally denied access at CPAC, so that shows the type of goober he is. Just completely, they just completely flipped and were like, okay, no, we can't do this. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Once again, in the little mini commentary video, I hope your brain wasn't complete goo after this, but I want to cover something a little bit lighter instead of politics next week. I think we might do like Terrace House or something. That could be fun. I love Terrace House. I've been watching the first season on Netflix recently, like the first Netflix season, you know what I mean? The Boys and Girls in the City. And I'm not done with it yet, but I've already watched it before, so I want to talk about Terrace House or something fun. I don't know. It probably Terrace House. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.